My name's David, and I'm here going to speak to you some about the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms. As it reads, quote, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." A well-regulated militia. The U.S. citizen is a well-regulated militia. We're all, the requirements basically is you're a U.S. citizen or a nationalist. You meet occasionally to train and to organize. A militia is made up of citizens. Is being necessary, not a luxury. This is the only time in the U.S. Constitution that states the word necessary. Nothing else is ever said anywhere else in that Constitution. There's a quote by Chairman Mao. It says, "Political power grows out of the barrel of a gun." Only the militia is necessary to the security of a free state. If you want security and you want freedom, political power grows out of the barrel of a gun. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The United States is self-governing. The political structure is governed by the we the people, so the people, organized as a militia, has the right to bear and keep arms and thus make policy. If the right is stripped from the citizen, they will not be the source of self-governing of the nation. The Constitution states that is the job we're supposed to be doing. So if the government, the military, multinational companies, the UN and all them have control of the guns and the only one's armed, then they make the policy. The right of the people is gone. We have no decision in it anymore. Here's some statistics that might interest you. 150 deaths per year are happen at the hands of a physician. And that's directly the doctor's fault. Out of 700,000 physicians, that's a 0.171 death rate. There's 80 million gun owners in the United States. About 30,000 can be attributed to accidental shootings, self-inflicted wounds, criminal activities like multiple shootings. That rate is 0.0000188. So hypothetically, the gun is safer than the doctor. Another statistic I found was with the guns being stripped from citizens is in Australia in 1996. They had 640,000 guns confiscated after a mass shooting and strict gun controls put in place. According to reports by the Australian Bureau, the armed robberies went up 73%, unarmed robberies went up 28%, kidnappings are up 38%, assaults up 17%, and murders up 29%. U.S. mugging rate is 40% lower than England's. Assault and burglary rates are 100% higher than Canada. Criminals know and aware when citizens are defenseless. And you'll see everywhere this happens, even in the United States, in Chicago and up in there, that the crime rate goes up if the guns are restricted. Here's something else that's disturbing is the three powers, China, United States, and Russia, a decade ago signed an accord of disarmament of nuclear weapons and other mass destruction type weapons, like chemical and so on. A lot of these weapons have been destroyed, but a lot of them are obsolete weapons, I believe. And you're seeing a central governing of the big powers. And now you see that more through the UN or NATO. Those armies the NATO was strictly for peacemaking. They were defensive. If somebody was being overrun or being threatened, then NATO could step in and defend the territory. But they were not to be used as offense. And over the last few years, with Iraq and all the instabilities over there, UN has sent in offensive troops, which breaks their accord. And you can see what I'm talking about, a central government of militias, or when it's completed, to be a one world military or government. I myself am a gun owner. I own several guns, shotguns. I have assault rifles, long-range guns, pistols. But the difference is, I guess you'd say the criminals is, mine are registered. All my guns are kept in a gun safe with gun triggers or trigger safeties on them, locks on them. I have one gun that's not, and it's in a pistol. It's in a pistol vault that's under my bed. And myself and my wife are the only ones that have access to that weapon. And it's particularly all that is to do is to keep my children from getting a hold of them, and to reduce the risk of them being stolen and being used on other people. I'm a member of the NRA, and I'm an avid hunter, and I enjoy it very much, and I want to fight with everything I've got to keep them from controlling my guns. I just want, basically, through all this, is each of you to look at your rights. I mean, I'm not telling you which way to go or how you believe in it or anything like that. I just want you to look at them, read them, and read the pros and cons on them, and give it a thought. We have a lot of people that are followers now, and it seems like, and one person or a small group of person pulls along the rest, and they really don't know what's going on. We don't want to lose our weapons, and it's not a macho thing or anything like that. As I've read to you, there's a purpose to it, and I just challenge you to look into it. If you know these things, and you're aware of your rights, and educate yourself, then you're going to be aware when people are trying to take advantage of it. There's going to be flags flying up all over. But again, just please educate yourself on these issues that have come up in this country here lately. I want to thank you and appreciate you listening.